people say office politics is negative because they don't want to play it. So you see, if you're not playing that game, those who are playing are winning, and then you'll be left here pitying yourself that, I was not promoted, I was not done this for. But in real sense, it is because you decided to take a back seat. While others were actively involved in the process and knowing what cards to pull, who to talk to, you decided to just be a performer, a good performer, and wait for your performance to talk for you. While others were busy playing politics. So that is why people think politics is a bad thing. And I think also the name, because we associate politics with what happens at national level.
In the country.
Yeah.
The camera for corporate bodies.
So corporate bodies, I want to encourage you to learn how to manage people's egos, because it is at that point where you're able to get some of the things that you complain about. My promotion is not forthcoming. I'm never included in projects. Anytime I've been transferred to a hostile environment, it is because you probably didn't touch the right button to get into the emotions of your boss.
This is Workplace Conversations with Rosalind and Dika.
Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Workplace Conversations. At Workplace Conversations, we make the workplace a safe space where everybody thrives. Today in the studio, we want to discuss a very interesting topic. It affects everybody in the workplace, from the top manager to the lowest subordinate staff. We all talk about it. However, we talk about it in harsh tones, in whispers, in tea break gossips, in lunch hour when eating, but nobody really wants to come out boldly to talk about it. And it's office politics. And today in the studio, we have a guest on Workplace Conversations. It's the first time we are having a human resource practitioner, and I will allow her to introduce herself. Karibu sana to the show.
Thank you, Roslyn. I like what you say, that it is talked about in whispers. My name is Sharon Kaiga. I'm a HR by profession, and I help employees navigate the dysfunctionalities at work. So I'm really excited talking about office politics, because it is such a big deal in the workplace, only that we don't want to talk about it.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Sharon,
Yeah.
if office politics were an animal, which one could it be and why? Number one, we have a snake. It's very sneaky. A lion, power struggles. Elephant, the big thing that no one talks about. Or a chameleon, always adapting.
Office politics would be a chameleon, because of its high adaptability to the environment where it finds itself in, because that is just what about office politics is. When you go to an environment that dictates you to behave in a certain way, then you need to do that. If you are in an environment that is different, is quiet, the politics is subtle, then you need to be a player who is very subtle. So it would be a chameleon.
Well, I would think it will be a elephant, because it's a big thing, and nobody wants to talk about it or touch it or move it.
Yes.
Yeah, we just want to, like I said, talk it in whispers, in gossips, but not really coming out boldly and talking about it. So when I hear about, or when our viewers hear about office politics, what comes into mind?
When I hear about office politics at my level, what comes to my mind is the relationships. What relationships are there? How are you managing this relationship? How are you leveraging on the relationships that you have at work for personal gain? You know that is the end goal, personal gain. And that is why it is a topic that most people don't talk about, because when you say something that I'm doing it for my personal gain, people think you're a selfish person. Yes.
So it's not about power struggles.
The power struggles, yes, comes into play, but why would they want power? because I want to
That's
be.
the question. Why do
Yes.
I want power?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
the why?
Yeah, the why.
Okay. So office politics,
Mm-hmm.
are they necessarily negative, or we
Yeah.
could have positive
Okay.
politics? Because when we've been discussing toxic workplaces, and we really dwelled on toxic workplaces, but we came to understand that there is the positive part of toxic
Toxicity.
workplaces.
Yeah.
So is it the same with office politics?
Yeah, it has two sides to it, just like you said, toxicity. Office politics has two sides. And I don't know why it is very easy to magnify the negative as opposed to what is positive. And that is why even negative publicity sells.
Yeah.
So office politics has a positive side to it. And those who've mastered how to play the positive side of it really, really thrive, because they know that as much as I am in a good relationship with my direct supervisor, it just doesn't end there. I could use that relationship to influence the transfer that I want, to influence, my promotion, or even negotiate for a role that I want. So it's a matter of you looking at how you want it to benefit you. It could also be very negative, very toxic, and very brutal. And that is now when we talk of things like manipulation, backstabbing, throwing someone under the bus. So office politics takes different angles, but there's a positive approach to it.
So since you've said we have the negative side and the positive side, I don't know which side should we start in, because I want us to see the positive side of office politics and
Yes.
also the negative
Negative
side of the work, so that we demystify. Because
Yeah.
personally, if you asked me office politics, I would think of just the negative. So maybe
Yes.
so demystify that,
Okay.
that there is also a positive side to it.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me start with the negative, because it is what most people know. Negative office politics is now like gossiping.
Okay.
You're gossiping with no, and the end goal of that gossip is not something that is even going to benefit you. Sharon came today, looks like they have an issue with the husband. Did you notice the way she's been doing things lately? They moved to a different estate. Gossip that adds no value,
Yeah.
to what concerns you at work. Or backstabbing someone. You want to backstab someone or to throw someone under the bus, but there's nothing you're getting out of it.
Yes.
So that is the negative side of office politics. And actually, Rosalind, office politics is such a big deal right now. The guys who are doing CHRP, those who are being certified to practice HR, they introduced office politics as a topic.
Wow.
And I was saying, okay.
I've yet
means
to do it. Have you done it by the
I
way?
did it, but at that time we didn't do office politics. So they were telling me the other day that nowadays there is a unit. Is it a unit or I don't know.
A unit,
Yeah.
or a topic,
Or a
in one of
topic.
the units.
Yes, in one of the units about office politics. It is how big that thing is. So let's talk about positive office politics.
Yeah.
Because again, you know why people say office politics is negative? Because they don't want to play it. So you see, if you're not playing that game, those who are playing are winning, and then you'll be left here pitying yourself that, I was not promoted, I was not done this for. But in real sense, it is because you decided to take a back seat.
Yeah.
While others were actively involved in the process and knowing what cards to pull, who to talk to, you decided to just be a performer, a good performer, and wait for your performance to talk for you. While others were busy playing politics.
Yeah.
So that is why people think politics is a bad thing. And I think also the name, because we associate politics with what happens at national level.
In the country.
Yeah. So then we are looking at this politician, this one. No, I don't want to be anything near a politician.
Yeah.
But in every place where you have human interaction and you have human beings, we can't avoid politics.
Yes.
So positive politics would be something like, I've said it's about managing relationships and perception and influence. So for instance, I've met new people today.
Yes.
If I wanted to get something, why would I struggle so much to get what I know? I can simply call you and give me direction on what I want done.
Yes.
Yet I have this relationship that I can't leverage on. It's the same thing at work. And now if I find out that my relationship with you is strained, then I have to build it because there's something I want. So I don't know at what point then people turn it so badly to the point that it is a bad thing, it is about manipulating someone. And I've always asked, when you see that someone wants to use you, for instance, today, I have come here to offer my knowledge and skills on what I know.
Yes.
If I needed something from you, do you think you'd deny me that opportunity?
No.
If I just called you and said, hey, I'm stuck somewhere, I need you to help me call so-and-so,
Yeah.
tell them or help me on how to use this. It is how we have society, I don't know if it is a society problem, but how we have made this thing look like the elephant in the room.
Yes.
Yet it shouldn't be so. So leveraging, managing relationships, because again, some people are not very easy to manage.
Yeah.
You have your colleagues who, when you want something from them, you really have to think twice. They're not even an open book for you to get to know what they want.
Yes.
And I know most people don't like it. I even get clients who tell me, I listen to what you do because I do a lot of these sessions with employees, and they tell me, I don't think I can do it. Is there anything else you can talk about? And then I tell them, no, let's figure out, let's first work on you managing the relationships that you have at work. Then we'll talk about any other thing.
Yeah.
So that is why then it becomes a topic that most people don't want to talk about.
So what I get from you is that it's a game. Office politics is basically a game.
Yes.
That we should play. And you are to blame if you take a back seat and expect miracles to happen.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I'm getting from you.
You are to blame if you decide to be a pawn.
So what comes out in negative side of workplace politics is backstabbing, favoritism, gossip, and manipulation.
Yes.
So how does it lead to toxic environments? This backstabbing, favoritism, gossip, manipulation.
Yeah.
Because I have been affected so much at the workplace by especially backstabbing.
Okay.
You trusted. There's a time we were talking about your colleagues are not your friends. So
yeah.
Some people still argue that your colleagues are your friends. Others argue that we are all there for the paycheck at the end of the month. So you come do your work and go. So there's that just one employee that maybe you click with and you become vulnerable to them. You tell them what your plans are and they use the same. They go behind your back to the boss.
Yes.
And they set you up for their benefit.
Yeah.
And I have been really a person that has been affected at the workplace by backstabbing and these cheap gossips. To the extent that I became somebody I'm not. I have to really watch myself in the workplace.
Yes.
When talking, I'm just talking to Sharon, like I'm very conscious, what am I telling Sharon? Because of what the people have turned you into. And that's why probably I am the queen of toxic workplaces, because I have experienced toxicity at the workplace firsthand. So how do these traits lead to toxic environments? This backstabbing, favoritism, gossip, manipulations.
It is because, you know, a bad player, let me just call them that, a bad player at office politics would easily revert to those things that we are talking about, the manipulation, the backstabbing, and the gossip. You see, I've always said grapevine is good. You know, sometimes you get to know what is happening on the ground because of the information that you have had. So then there are people who don't think that that is information is to be used for their good. They're just gossiping with no proper end goal. So it now becomes toxic because we don't understand our positions. What am I supposed to do? If I'm the defender, then it means I'm not allowing the ball to go. But now people are just doing every other negative thing that will not even help them in any way. People decide that when they're going for tea, we are going to talk about Sharon and discuss her for no end. You know, you're not even talking about how she's going to grow, so that if anybody in that room hears that, oh, so she's looking for the position of HR manager, then I need to talk to her if she could also help me grow. So you see, now that is why the negative side of it eventually turns into being a toxic workplace. Because the players didn't know what to do. Yes. That is why it becomes a negative, something negative.
Okay. So building influence through good networking.
Yes.
how can we use that in office politics? Just on the positive side, building influence through good networking.
Yeah.
How would you advise the people at the workplace to leverage on that?
Okay.
Yeah.
So any employee should have a solid network. Not only internally, but even external. You see, like the events, you're telling me the events that are hosted by IHRM.
Yes.
You know, when you go there, you meet people. You're in the same practice, but they're in a different organization. There's something new they know. There's someone else they know. You know that phrase, do you know someone who knows someone? It is all about networking. So even when you network on your social media pages like LinkedIn, there are people that I talk to on LinkedIn. I have never met them. I don't know them, but I know they can help me achieve what I want. So networking for an employee is a must, and it is also very unfortunate because now, like for LinkedIn networking, there are employers who don't allow you to be very active on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Because they think you're really putting yourself out there. So if that is the reason for you, then you have to look for these social events that are in the industry that you are in, or something that just speaks to what you do.
Yeah.
So attending events is very important. And nowadays they're even there online, Zoom, whatever. So it's very important because it's the people that you meet. You see, what I need or what I have could be what someone else needs.
Yes.
And it's just a matter of me saying it to get maybe a contact that I need.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how can one use office politics in a healthy way to grow their career?
Okay.
Yeah.
You can use office politics by managing how you relate with the people that you are working with. And there are organizations where you can be very lucky, where you don't need to do all this hard work because it is work. You remember I said managing someone's emotions, their ego is not easy.
Yes.
So if you're in an environment where you don't need to do so much, you're good. But in an environment where you know that my supervisor, I have to talk to them in a particular way, I have to tell them things in a particular way, I have to do my work in a particular way. There are people who want their reports done in a particular way. You don't just send them anything. So that becomes your task. One thing with office politics is that you have to get your boss to like you. The hard truth, the unfortunate truth, and it is something that needs to be done. So if you can get your boss to like you, how do you get your boss to like you? Do what they like. And that is why I also say that at the place of work sometimes we're just acting. Tuko scene. We are in a movie scene and we need to act based on what that particular scene requires of me. So if I need to act and do that report according to how you want it, I know maybe I can do it in a different way to get the same results. But Rosalind demands that all her reports should come in a particular way. So why would I fight?
Actually, most of them require certain font, certain spacing.
Certain color.
Yes.
So you see, because I don't want so much trouble at work, I don't even have that time to fight. Let me give her the font she wants. Let me give her the spacing she wants. Yes. So that is how you can use it to your advantage. Yeah.
So Sharon, have you ever seen workplace politics hurt teamwork, and how?
Okay. Yes, I have in so many instances. And do you know who are the casualties of office politics? Those who don't know how to play it. Because those who know what is expected of them. So the naive, let me call them naive, players in that industry don't even know. They don't even know that I need to manage my boss. So then, by virtue of that, probably they are not involved in some of the projects. Unfortunately, they don't get what they would have. They think they need to get just by virtue of what they do. So it really hurts team performance. It hurts productivity of the team. It hurts teamwork because people don't know. And you see, as much as we say that you have to manage your boss, you have to manage your supervisor, some of them are not manageable. And if you're giving in to the fact that, that one is a difficult one, let me leave it at that, you're going to suffer. So that is how office politics eventually affects some of the operations at work. Because
so
you don't know.
for the difficult one, you've said you don't stop at it. So
Yes.
what happens?
You keep
I have
tuning.
worked also with very difficult people.
Yes.
The one that won't even say good morning when
I
they
know.
come in the morning.
Yes.
They'll only talk to you when they need your input on something.
Yes.
But they are private. They don't want to open up to people. They are very difficult.
Yeah.
There are some that have mood swings. You do not know how to approach them. So how do you keep
Yes.
going? How do you keep trying?
Some are not even emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
And that is the person you need
especially.
to, yeah. So what you do is that, you see, human beings, for this person who's becoming difficult, there's a reason why they're behaving that way.
Yeah.
They either were betrayed, or they think then it is not easy for you to gain their trust. So then it means that you have to keep tuning and see, where am I getting the frequency right? You see, the same way, if okay, I'm a millennial, we used to need radios.
Yeah.
So you'd tune and see, okay, Citizen doesn't seem to be getting it right. Let me not mention.
Yeah.
Or this one doesn't seem to be getting it right. This one looks like I can get it here. So if you have a very difficult boss, and by virtue of interacting with them on a day-to-day, you at least know a thing or two about them. So if at this particular frequency, it is not getting that particular what thing that you want, then you shift. You keep shifting until you get that point where, this one I know it is home.
And then I think also emotional intelligence comes to play.
Yes.
So that you know how to manage
Yes.
each person's emotions.
Yes, yes.
And how to accommodate everyone as they come. Because actually the most difficult, she recently got a transfer that people used to say she's a very difficult boss. We used to gel very well.
Okay.
Because when I came to that office, they were telling me, hey, that one, avoid.
Yes.
So I was wondering, I've not even interacted with her. Why would I avoid her? Yes, she's my boss.
Yes.
So I used to massage her ego. For example, if we go for her for an assignment, I'll call her, ask her what time are we leaving, if she has transport, or can we go together? Just the little things.
Yeah.
And you'd see she'd really warm up to it. And then you see a lot of people think that because it's the office paying, it's their right. But because she included me in the assignment, I would even tell her, thank you for including me in this assignment. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And she came and told me that nobody ever appreciates her. So you see the small, and then again, people started telling me that I'm working with her. So like, they started sidelining me because they have already sidelined that one.
Yes.
So like, I'm also being sidelined now because they think we have formed, what do they call it?
A clique.
Yes. And they think now they can't trust me because they don't trust her. So it's a whole bunch of things.
Yes.
So I want us to talk how we can navigate workplace politics. Because we've said workplace politics are inevitable. They are in every office. They affect everyone.
Yes.
So how do we navigate workplace politics? And while at it, we have to stay, while navigating the workplace politics, we stay professional, we build authentic relationships, we avoid gossips, focus on values and contribution, find mentors. So how do we navigate all this while maintaining what I've mentioned?
Okay.
Yeah.
You've mentioned something very important, something that people don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Yet at the core of it is where you'll get lots of success at your place of work.
Yeah.
You see, your boss is an emotional being.
Yes.
Actually, most bosses are not logical. Most of the time, they're emotional. They're making decisions based on what the environment at hand. So they're annoyed, they fire you. They're happy, they promote you. The books are doing well, they'll buy lunch for everyone.
Yes.
That means they're very emotional. I mean, they're just buying lunch because we've gotten a very good client. But did we take time to go back to the book of accounts and see if us buying lunch would affect the final outcome of our actions? Probably not. But most people act on impulse based on the emotions at that moment. And that is even you're in HR. That is why most organizations get into problems, because they want to fire someone who stole.
Yeah.
I mean, how can they steal stock? I have worked so hard to buy all these things. Fire them.
without following the right
process.
procedure.
And then
because
what
there's a procedure.
Yes. So there's a procedure. But because we were angry, we were looking at the investment and all that, we made a decision in haste, out of emotions. It comes back biting us.
Yeah, you go.
So if
you're
you
taken
can,
to court, now you are to compensate.
You are to compensate something you didn't even think. In fact, you're saying, but they stole for me. Here is the evidence. Well and good, you have the evidence, but did you follow process?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. If you can manage the ego of your boss, 99% of your problems at work will be solved, because it's now a matter of you understanding that I just need to go and tell her good morning. You know, I was telling someone the other day, what does it cost you telling your boss happy birthday?
Yeah.
No, nothing much, nothing in addition, just happy birthday, boss. By virtue of maybe you knowing their birthday and probably you don't celebrate it in the office, it makes them think, okay, so Sharon thinks about me. Probably you don't. But the fact that you sent them that message, they keep thinking about you, that you probably care about them. Or if you have access to their WhatsApp status and you see they're celebrating their daughter's or son's birthday, just wish them well as well. It is managing this person's ego. You see, the same thing you've said, I would go to my boss and tell her, thank you for including me in this project.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, they have the key to your happiness.
Yes.
Is it right or wrong?
Right.
So people don't want to massage egos. I want to address corporate bodies. Where do I do that?
Where is the camera for corporate bodies?
So corporate bodies, I want to encourage you to learn how to manage people's egos, because it is at that point where you're able to get some of the things that you complain about. You know, my promotion is not forthcoming. I'm never included in projects. Anytime I've been transferred to a hostile environment, it is because you probably didn't touch the right button to get into the emotions of your boss. It's a very difficult task, something people don't like, but if you can train yourself and hack it, you'll solve most of your problems at work.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
This is Workplace Conversations with Rosalind and Dika.